to those really nasty, mean comments, my first thought is, oh my God, why are they being mean to bully? Like with no antagonizing or I'm not going out and like talking shit about them. Why are they coming back here? Then my mind from there goes to, if I'm 34 and struggling with a lot of this online hate, what are our kids dealing with? And how do we better prepare them for a society where there's going to be hateful comments, sometimes very much to the extreme. In my situation, they've been relentless. How do we prepare our children for that if, it's ongoing? And we love social media. We love promoting business on social media. Social media has been a vital tool in the growth of a lot of small businesses. It makes advertising affordable for a lot of people who otherwise wouldn't be able to afford a budget for that. So where do we go in regards to preventing the bullying? And I guess the answer is right there in the comments. You have to ignore it. So I'm still working on that. That definitely has been difficult for me. I 100% of the time try really hard to be kind, to people and think about the things that I'm going to say to someone before I say them and try to soften up my rough edges, because there was a time in my life when I was very blunt and straightforward and cutting in the things that I would say. To me, it was just like, whatever, I have a rough personality, I didn't even think anything of it. And people would say stuff back to me and I would never take it seriously or personally. But as time went on and I began to soften up, everything started affecting me like so much harder. Those hateful comments that you'd before be like, whatever, are starting coming by the thousands. And then it gets like, what the hell? And you feel just so overwhelmed by them. I'm not sure why you would ask if 911 blocked me. No, not to my knowledge. This is crazy. Like, I don't even know any of these people. I've never met any of them, and they're sitting here saying, and that's what I mean. Like, do I ignore those comments? Because right now, I'm working on rebuilding my life after it was taken from me unlawfully and erroneously and so many other lees. But do I really have to sit here and allow this sort of antagonistic, abusive, relentless behavior to continue? Not only that, but you're a stranger to me. The person who just mentioned in the comments that I threatened to kill people. You're a stranger to me. When have I ever told you that I was going to kill someone? What would give you the idea that I'm going to kill someone? Oh, this shade is, so this foundation doesn't come in like a million shades like a lot of them do. This is 2, so it's light medium. And if it's too dark, sometimes it is, I just add a couple of drops of a porcelain. And as my skin, with seasonally, we all change a little bit, a couple shades. So that allows me to extend the use. And when you're using 2 bottles of foundation, not only do you get a more custom shade, but it lasts longer for me. Oh, who did I say I was going to kill on my life? Okay, who did I say I was going to kill? There's been like literally 30 comments saying that I'm killing 3 people. Like, it's just so out of left field. I wasn't off yesterday. I was actually doing great yesterday. Doing absolutely fabulous yesterday. I wrote my blog post yesterday. I worked out yesterday. I did some abs here. I went to get IHOP. So I'm very confused. No, never said that. People in an ambulance, 30 people lying, EMIS, EMTs, what? I've not been in an ambulance. I've not called 911. I don't know what you mean by EMTs. I have no idea. Do you guys have the right girl? I'm Heather. Ew. God. So you get to a point where you realize like maybe your audience is just too small-minded and stuck to meet you at your level. And then what do? You know, there's like a bunch of you that I really enjoy conversating with and that I'm very grateful to have as followers. But this is the third Instagram I've created. And it almost feels like these people are chasing me virtually from social media account to social media account just for no other reason than to be malicious, slander me, and just be awful. It would be one thing if dealing with those issues came in balance, or, you know, if there were 10 positive comments for every 20 negative, I could even live with that, you know, but it's not that. It's like an influx, a steady stream, no matter what social media I go to, of just the same hate. It's so awful. No one has to be here if they don't want to. Hey, here's the fucking, let me just communicate something to you motherfuckers real quick. I don't know who you think you are. I own myself. I'm a 34-year-old grown woman. Don't hop on my live to tell me what to talk about. Okay, thanks. Do me another favor. If you're here to be a dick, go be a dick elsewhere. Thank you and good day. And this is the problem. I want to be engaging with my audience. So anyone who has an audience on social media or a following, I would love some tips on this. When you want to be engaging with your audience and answer their questions and acknowledge their presence, but you've got this influx of just nonstop hate, how do you handle that? Do you just ignore the comments altogether and go on with your live? I just don't want the people who are here to have constructive conversation and kind of hang out to be ignored. But when there's only one of those for every 30 haters, how do you, number one, give the audience that deserves it the attention that, you know, they deserve? And number two, how do you get rid of that hateful following? If anyone has any advice on that, please let me know. Sammy. Yeah, everyone in the comments, I love you guys, but the ones of you who don't know me, which is all except for Sammy Dogs that I can see so far, it's just too much. Value yourself enough, respect yourself enough to be able to say, what am I doing here with my time? Why do I feel the need to use my energy to tear someone else down? Why don't I invest my energy in building myself, who should be the first priority? We should all be, you know, our own first priorities. And when we realize there's a deficit in our lives emotionally, we should address that with ourselves first. So that's A. And B, you know, why do I feel the need to invest my energy in tearing someone else down? And I think that's the bigger question. Someone who is consistently following someone virtually or otherwise with the purposes of hurting them or being